first of all, you hope it's not going to take 13 years, and it didn't take 13 years. Is how long I did it, but it took like 5 or 6 years for us to really feel like it was working. We had built a sustainable long-term business, which is still a long time. And I think if you'd asked me up front, I would have said, "Oh my God, that's really going to take that long." When I started, I just assumed it was going to fail. I looked at it as this was my investment in my education, that I was going to learn how to be an entrepreneur. There's no other way to do it. There's no way to go to school, unfortunately. This was my education, and the money I was spending of my own money and investing of my friends and family's money was really mostly in my education. And so that was kind of what got me through the first kind of year and a half, I would say. And actually then it got scary because then I raised some more substantial capital, which I was really excited about it. But then I realized I was hiring people, and those people were just quitting jobs where they didn't have any fear of getting laid off because we ran out of money to take a job with me where, it was quite likely we were going to run out of money. And that was scary, but also motivating. And so your team becomes not only how you become successful, but for me personally, I had this passion about changing the way people listen to music, but I also had this fear of letting my team down. And those things become mutually reinforcing as you kind of get more successful, you hire more people, you invest in the business. Ryan went a different way. I mean, he didn't hire anybody. And he could have hired a lot of people. He made a lot of money. But that was more just it wasn't something he knew that much about. He didn't live in Silicon Valley. He didn't have sort of the network and the experience and things that helped him do that. So I don't know that there's a perfect way to do it, but you've got to find your motivation to get through the tough parts, because there's going to be in the beginning more hard parts than easy. And you'll look back at some of those and say, "Oh, wow, I can't believe I got through that." And there's a lot of mistakes I made in that part. I mean, oh my gosh, if I could rewrite what I've done, I mean, there's so many things I did wrong. But you sort of got through it. And I think that sort of knowing, once you've made a bunch of those things and after a couple of years and you've gotten through some really rough times, even if there's more rough times ahead, you sort of have that confidence level you can get through it. But yeah, the thing that got me through the first year and a half was just knowing I was going to fail and not worrying about it, and knowing that I was going to learn something and I could always go get a job afterwards that would be more interesting than my prior job.